Imagine this. A brilliant, capable, and dedicated individual is ready to take on the mantle of leadership for Canada. They have the vision, the drive, the integrity, and the support of the public. But there's one hitch. They don't speak both French and English. Should this be a deal breaker? Should fluency in both official languages be a prerequisite for becoming the Prime Minister of Canada? On one side of the coin, supporters of the bilingual requirement argue that it's essential for the Prime Minister to communicate effectively with all Canadians. They point out that Canada is a bilingual country, with a significant proportion of the population speaking French as their first language. Being able to converse in both languages, they argue, ensures that the Prime Minister can engage with, understand, and represent those citizens equally. But let's flip that coin and examine the other side of the argument. Critics of the language requirement claim that it's exclusionary and unfair. French was not taught across Canada in schools until the late 70s. They argue that it potentially disqualifies a large pool of talented individuals who may not be bilingual but are otherwise highly capable of leading the country. They further contend that the requirement contradicts the values Canada puts forth of inclusion, along with the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which states that every citizen has the right to pursue the gaining of a livelihood in any province. By requiring the Prime Minister to be bilingual, they argue, we're essentially limiting the pool of otherwise intelligent, patriotic candidates to those who've had the privilege and opportunity to learn both languages. Moreover, critics argue that in this age of technology, language barriers can easily be overcome. Translation services, both human and artificial, are readily available and can effectively bridge any communication gaps. To sum up the argument against the language requirement, it's seen as exclusionary, discriminatory, and unfair, potentially disqualifying capable individuals who aren't bilingual. Critics argue that it contradicts the Charter of Rights and Freedoms by limiting the pool of potential prime ministers to those who've had the opportunity to learn both languages. Moreover, they point out that in this technological age, translation services can easily overcome language barriers. So the question remains, should fluency in both official languages be a prerequisite for becoming the Prime Minister of Canada? Or should we reconsider this requirement in light of the arguments against it? It's a debate that continues to divide opinions, and one that may shape the future of Canadian leadership.